y'all, so I'm doing something a little different. To hold myself accountable, I want to make sure that I am doing at least, you know, a clip every day for these vlogs instead of waiting to the weekend, because I do a separate vlog for my patrons during the weekend. I do a weekend vlog for them every week, and so I feel kind of spread thin between the patron vlog and doing this vlog. So, and then also I have some other projects that I'm working on, so I just want to, you know, be a little bit more conscious of what I've got going on. So for this week, I'm moving everything because I literally just filmed last week's clip, the final clip for last week. Things that I want to accomplish this week, literally like sitting in front of me, literally sitting in front of me. I have A Galaxy Next Door Volume 3. Y'all know from last week, I really enjoyed Volume 2, so I'm excited for that. Giant Days, which I started last week, didn't finish. Excited to finish this. This is a reread for me. And then one that I was very surprised that I enjoyed, that I'm excited to finish this week, Solo Leveling. So I know that those are 3 that I want to finish this week. We're coming up on the final days of July. And so I haven't really touched anything from the TBR that I said that I was going to read. And so I probably need to get to some of that stuff this week too. But I do know for a fact that these are 3 that I need to finish. I do have some stuff that's kind of on my Libby, but we'll get there. I just wanted to start this clip now, or start this vlog now, so there's no questions or, you know, concerns about not having enough freaking content. Hello. So I haven't checked in. You know how I did that? Oh, I'm gonna check in. I need to be filming at least 1 clip a day. You see how you didn't get a vlog, right? You see how you didn't get not a single vlog from me? You see that? Child, I'm no good. Anyway, hello. Welcome. This is not really an introduction because I already done an introduction, which is fine. It's all fine. I just wanted to genuinely check in, because I have finished a number of things. I probably will sit down tonight and film a more formal clip, but I have finished a couple of things, including like Blood on the Tracks Volume 13. I've finished Giant Days. I'm in the middle of reading a couple of things, and so I do want to sit down and talk a little bit about some of those things that I've finished up recently, and then talk a little bit about what I plan on reading for this weekend, which is supposed to be rainy and all types of stuff. right, y'all, we're working on like 3 weeks. This is like 3 weeks into this vlog. Ugh. Shiitake mushrooms. Are we surprised? No, we are not surprised here. I started to do an update not too long ago. I decided to do an update, and I did not get to do the update because I took a phone call and then things just kind of went sideways. So let's talk a little bit about what I've read, because I don't want this update to be extremely long, and I don't even know what the world haven't talked about. But at that point, really, I hadn't read as much as I was thinking I read. So I did end up finishing Giant Days Volume 1, right? This is a reread for me, 4-star read, absolutely adored it. It's one of my comfort comic book series, so that wasn't a surprise. I ended up finishing Blood on the Tracks Volume 13. This was an interesting read for me, not in a bad way per se, but I think that Volume 13 was not as strong as the rest of the volumes that we've had. There's a pretty significant time jump between Volume 12 and Volume 13, about 20 years if I'm not mistaken, and I don't know if I was the biggest fan of that time jump. It is a pretty intense time jump where we are looking at what's happened to Sechi after everything else that's happened. I can't really dive into it, especially if you haven't read volumes 1 through 12. But I gave this one 4 stars because I did not feel like it was the strongest in the series. I do already have volume 14 on hold for my library, so I'm interested in seeing like where that's gonna go. I also ended up reading The Snowcat Prince. This is a middle grade graphic novel that was written by Dinah Norland. This was a fun read for me. Unfortunately, the author creator behind this work has since passed away, so they actually re-released this. This is a re-release. I did not know that. It came across my radar because I was buying copies of it for my system. And I've been, of course, trying to stick my head into as much middle grade graphic novels as I possibly can right now. And the artwork in this one was very beautiful. There was this deep saturation of color that the creator used that I absolutely adored. I love the friendships that our main character ends up making along the way, which I should tell you exactly what the world this book is about. So it's about these snowcats who have lost this crown that has belonged to a leader that's very important to their history. So when we're introduced to our main character, who is a snowcat, he has a plethora of brothers who are all pretty much fighting over who's going to be the next royal of this area. And in order to kind of get him out of the picture, because he's smaller than all of them, they send him on this journey to go find this crown. And of course, naivety plays a huge role in this, and he decides to go on this adventure not realizing that his brothers are setting him up. So he travels with a companion, which I'm not going to get into who that companion is because I do feel like a little bit of that is spoilery, but he inevitably ends up learning that the history that he's been taught as a snowcat, because their rivals are the foxes, and supposedly the way that history has been told is that the foxes are the evil ones, but he eventually finds out the history kind of has been rewritten, and that's not exactly how things went down. And so it's kind of a journey of like self-discovery for him and learning more about his history than what he has been taught, which I think is pretty ironic considering the history rewriting that's going on right now. Listen. The one thing that I struggled with this one, I wanted to give it 4 stars, but I did dock it down to 3.5 because I feel like the storytelling was a little bit jarring towards the end. There were bits and pieces of this where I felt like the author did not specifically do a great job tying up some loose ends. There were a lot of questions that I had about it, and unfortunately we are very unlikely at this point. We're not going to get a sequel, of course, because the creator, like I said, has unfortunately passed away. I think that because everything was rushed into this one specific volume, the storytelling couldn't have been as clear as it should have been, or could have been, if it was stretched over multiple volumes, not vitums, multiple volumes. So there was that. So I did finish that one, and then I did end up reading 2 one comic book series and one graphic novel for our club, which was a delicacy, and then Harrow County Omni Volume 1. So I'm not going to really talk about those because by the time that this goes up, you would have already seen the live show for this. So I'll make sure that that is linked somewhere, either down below or up in the card symbol above. In terms of what I'm currently reading, I actually have a big presentation for work tomorrow. So 9 times out of 10, I'm probably not going to be able to get to anything tonight. I tried to get everything done that I needed to get done for the presentation that I have today while I was at work, but I really wasn't able to get as much done as I wanted to get done. So unfortunately, I'm going to be spending some time working towards getting that done and probably listening to audiobooks as opposed to physically reading. I did start Harrow County Omni Volume 2 because I was so intrigued by everything that happened. As if you watch that live show, you can kind of see. I was so intrigued by everything that happened in that Omni that I immediately checked out Omni Volume 2 and started reading a little bit of it today. I didn't get that far in. I probably got about 30-40 pages in, and it's a pretty big Omni. It's over 400 pages, although the first Omni didn't take me long to read at all because I was so invested in the story. But we'll see how this one goes. I have a pretty busy weekend planned for me and my little one. We have a event to go to on Saturday afternoon. Then we have dinner on Saturday night. Sunday we have a friend coming over. So my weekend's going to be pretty packed. I probably will get a lot of reading done between tomorrow night and possibly Saturday night. I don't know. Sunday night, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how things go. I'm not sure how things are going to go. We'll see how it goes. But I think Harrow County Volume 2 is where my head is at right now, where I'm going to be focusing, and I will check in with y'all later. Hey y'all, so I really quickly wanted to do this last check-in because why not? To close out this vlog that's been going on for 3 weeks, and I literally just got home, just got off of work, so I'm hot, I'm sweaty, I'm tired, all of the 9, and I just want to look over really quickly and talk about what I've finished, which actually really hasn't been much. The only things that I ended up finishing was Solo Leveling. I finally finished Solo Leveling Volume 1. It's so good. 5 out of 5 stars. If you have not read Solo Leveling, I need you to pick it up. I have definitely been getting into more manhwa, which it's been great. And so I decided to dive into this one. And the twist in this one was not what I was anticipating. It doesn't necessarily have like the best character development, but I think the thrill of the story itself is what makes it interesting. So I'm glad that I already have Volume 2 of Solo Leveling checked out. I also finished Volume 2 of Villains Are Destined to Die. That was a 4-star read for me. I'm really enjoying this series. If you didn't know, I read Volume 1 a while ago and finally got my hands on Volume 2 to read that one. It follows this girl who was going to college, got sucked into a video game, very isekai, got sucked into this video game. And when she got sucked into the video game, she is now playing the villain of the game, and she's trying to stay alive. And so she's forming all of these alliances and trying to do this before the rightful daughter comes home. So she's kind of the stand-in daughter for the Duke at the moment, but she knows that in the game, the actual daughter does come home and then she'll end up dying. So I enjoyed Volume 2. Can't really talk much about it because of the way that it's situated. Yes, ma'am?
My tablet's not working.
Okay, let me finish up and then I will put it on the charger. Sound good?
Yeah.
I'm coming. But that's it, y'all. That's it for this vlog. I'm literally about to upload it as soon as I put this clip in. I'm gonna upload it and we're gonna be done. So yes, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button and hit the bell for notifications. And if you're looking for more ways to follow me on social media, all the links will be down in the description box below, and I'll be back with another video soon.